Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm just going to do some light pruning, maintenance pruning on these real tiny bonsais, just to keep them in shape. Like I've mentioned in some of my other videos when I'm working on these small ones, um, they take quite a bit of attention just to keep them small, so you don't get these longer internodes, and it can really quickly get out of shape if you let them grow too long. You want to let them grow a little bit just to maintain the vigor of the tree, but you really have to keep on them to keep them small, keep them looking decent. But as you can tell, some of these have grown out, but no big deal. We're just going to do a quick prune on these, get them back in shape, and put them back on the shelf. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll set some of these aside. And as I'm working on these, I'll try to get in as close as I can just so you can see the trunk. Some of these, even though they're this small, they are 2, 3, 4 years old, um, and some of the trunks have really developed a nice texture already. So they're looking kind of neat so far. So this one, it's kind of hard to see the shape I'm going for at this point, but I do have a plan. Maybe after I get it pruned a little bit, you can hopefully see it, but I'll try to describe it the best I can, what I'm shooting for. I may have to eventually wire some of these. To get the final shape, but they've got to grow out quite a bit more before I'm ready to do that, I think. But kind of the shape I'm going for on this one is it's going to have a nice left branch here. It's going to have a little bit of a right branch, but at the same time, that right branch is also going to help develop the crown. So I'm going to have kind of a triangle crown up here, and then this is going to get a little longer. So it's going to eventually be a really long triangle like this. It's kind of the overall shape that it's going to be. That's my goal anyway. But then, let these branches kind of flatten out and then develop the crown up here. Then have this be a long left branch over here. But like I said, it's got a ways to go, but and that's just the way it works on some of these small ones. You just kind of have a vision and just a couple of quick maintenance trim, and that's all it takes. So for that one, I think we'll be done today. Move on to the next one. And this one here, just got these tags in here just to mark the front and kind of what design I'm going for. I've got little sketches, and I've got a number on here of kind of the overall design that I'm going for and the date that I started it. So just so I remember, because I've got several of these small guys started. I kind of lose track and forget where I'm going with them. I probably have, I don't know, I never really sat down and counted them, but I would venture to say I've got probably 40 or 50 little ones like this in training. So you do kind of lose track. But it's nice, I think I mentioned this before in another video, but I started this channel 2 or 3 months ago, and one of the benefits I'm finding is that it's a good diary. It's a good record of these trees, just to kind of keep track of the progress on them. so I don't forget. If I do forget, I can go back and rewatch a video and kind of see where it was and what kind of progress I've made on it. Because sometimes if you're looking at them every day, you just kind of get used to the changes, and you might not think that it's really growing or developing, but um, go back and watch the videos, and I'm finding that they are actually developing and growing. So it's kind of nice to see the progress on them. So I would suggest maybe, even if you don't want to make videos and whatever, but at least take some pictures just to kind of document the process, just so you can kind of keep track and see where your tree started and kind of where it's going. And this one's just going to be a informal upright. Um, got a right branch and then the left branch and then the crown, so it'll be a big triangle shape when it's done, but it's got a ways to go. I think this was in another video, so I'll try to link it down below. I think all these trees were probably in videos at one point, so I'll find them and link them below so you can kind of go take a look, kind of follow along on the progress of them. Some, there's not a whole lot of change. Some you can see a little bit more, but that's kind of what bonsai is. It's just small, constant refinement to achieve your goal for the tree. I'll take that back a little bit more. Let these branches stay a little longer on the side. I'm just thicken those up. It's about how long I want them. Maybe not quite that long over here, but that's kind of what the width I'm looking for. Maybe a little bit shorter, but this is filling in a little bit. Still got a ways to go, and these branches definitely have a ways to go, but like I said, they're getting there. Just small improvements each time you touch your tree. It's usually not a drastic change. It's just, little changes here and there. I'm going to go ahead and take this back a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll leave that one there. And this little guy here, kind of growing this one is kind of a flat top. I'll probably eventually round it once it fills in, but it's got some gaps up here that it'll need to fill in, but it's getting there. I'm just going to take some of these back so they don't get too big. Let's keep the growth nice and dense. As you can see, some of these new leaves that are coming in are nice and tiny, so that's kind of what I'm going for. I think we'll leave that one just like that. And eventually I'll get this out a little bit longer over here. This side I kind of like where it's at. Maybe, a little bit more rounded, or just leave it flat, I'm not sure. Or maybe more of a longer triangle shape, but we'll just kind of let it continue to grow and see how how it develops. Just give you a quick spin around here just to take a look at it. There you go. And this next one, I've got some fungus or something on here. I tried a different fertilizer, and ever since I used that, I just used it the one time, and I started seeing this little white fungus stuff growing. So not sure if it was the fertilizer. I don't want to blame it on that, but it's just kind of a coincidence. When I started using that is when I noticed it, but I'm not going to mention it just because I don't want to, say that that was the problem, because I'm not sure that it was. It just happened to be at the same time. So so I've switched back to my normal fertilizer, and I'll probably do a video in the future, talking about what I use for fertilizer and how I do that and everything, but this isn't going to be the fertilizer video. So anyway, the tree looks healthy. It's putting on some new growth. I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these shoots back just to keep it compact. I'm kind of looking at this as the front, I think, just because it's got this back branch back here. To get some of these big leaves off of here, just to trying to keep them small. Leaves, when they grow back in, they'll be small. So take off a few of the big ones each time I trim it, just to keep them small. It's a downward facing one here that will, big one, take off. This is downward facing, we'll get rid of that. So yeah, you can see the trunk a little better, and the branches. I'll get rid of some of these big ones. Yeah. I originally had this rock in there when I potted it just to hold it up, but it's grown in, so it doesn't really need the rock anymore, but I almost like the look that it gives. It almost looks like it's kind of growing up against that rock, and it gives it more of a landscape pinging kind of look. So I'm just going to leave it there. But you can see this is the one where the trunk has really got, try to get in close here. The trunk is really, it's got some rough texture. It's really looking nice for a small tree here. So I like that. It's thickening in some. You can see all these new little leaves. Just get rid of some of these other big ones down here. These two are pretty big, but I don't think I want to take much length off of that. Now that I'm looking at it, this doesn't look too bad for a front either, but just have this branch here that's kind of a, maybe if I would turn it more like that, to where it's not pointing straight out towards you. That doesn't look too bad like that. Or the original front like that. So either way, I think it looks kind of neat. All right, so I think that's all we're going to do to that one today too. So we'll give you a quick spin around just to so you can see all sides of it. All right, I think that'll do it for this video. Just a nice short video just to show you some pruning on some tiny bonsai, and hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.